everyone. Rob the Backyard Gardener here, enjoying Memorial Day with a little cerveza. Pretty good. Weather's beautiful. You know, we had a huge weather system that came into Dallas last week, and it seems like for the last week we've had mostly thunderstorm, overcast, cloudy days. Yesterday we had quite a bit of sun for several hours, but then a huge thunderstorm last night, as well as a lot of wind. I was nervous about the wind. We had so much wind. My trees outside here were just blowing everywhere. And I was thinking that the new apple trees that I'd put in the ground that are almost 5 months old, I was thinking that those guys were going to be goners. Luckily, they survived. And really, I've just been enjoying myself out here today. So I thought it's probably a good time to do a little backyard garden update. Nothing's really ready to harvest just yet, although there's been some growth again on the tomatoes and the peppers. And I wanted to go ahead and take you through that so I can get back to enjoying the pool, barbecuing, thanking the servicemen and women out there that are currently serving and those that have served in the past. We are a strong and safe nation thanks to you. Anyway, happy Memorial Day. Let's go take a look at what I got going on. All right, everyone. So because of the thunderstorm and the wind and the rain and everything, I've had to do a little extra staking of my tomato plants over here, as well as tying this down. I came out the other day and this trellis that I put up here in the center was not centered anymore. It was literally leaning like this. So I got it straightened back out. We've got several tomatoes on here, which I want to take you through. These are my black cherry tomatoes. I don't know when they're supposed to start turning black. Got some more back there. Some more down over here. There's other ones in there. Those random cherry tomatoes are coming in right here. They look pretty dang good. They're a lot bigger than I thought they were. So maybe they're the red on the vine tomatoes from last year that the birds may have picked up and dropped some seeds in here. It's weird that there's only 2 tomatoes on this little vine here. Normally there's 8 to 16 on cherry tomatoes. Anyway, we do have more tomatoes growing on this plant. A few more back there. So we'll see what it ends up being. I've got 3 orange Rousselini plants over here. Again, several tomatoes. Anyway, there's several more growing on this one. The ones over here, if you look down here, let me see if I can get a better shot. These orange Rousselinis, as these ones are filling out, they're actually getting more elongated. Here's an exception. This is also an orange Rousselini, but appears to be a different shape. Same pack of seeds, so that'd be odd if it was a different tomato. I think it's getting close to being time to pull my elephant garlic. You can see it down there. Maybe a little more time on the bulb, but I've cleared a little bit of the dirt away. Elephant garlic's doing just fine. Looks like finally my Caribbean blend pepper is starting to mature. We even have a Caribbean blend pepper on it. Matter of fact, all these peppers are starting to put on some size. The New Mexico Big Jims, the White Devil Tails. We've got some Scotch Bonnets down here. The New Mexico Big Jims got several peppers on it. We got one there, and we got one down here, and another one right here. But we have those 2 monster ones. I say monster, but they are pretty dang big down in here. Look at the size of some of these guys. Got 5 or 6 peppers on that plant, so that's pretty cool. Let me show you something beautiful. This sunflower plant opened up this week. It's a beautiful looking sunflower. Got to show you the Blue Lake bush beans. They're going in full effect, guys. They're really maturing. I removed the mesh. And then we also have a bunch of sugar snap peas coming in. And what I did was, when I removed the chicken wire from the top of this, I just replaced it against the brick wall there. Pretty cool. This is my Brandywine tomatoes right here, all 3 of them. I want to show you something over here. I went ahead and pulled off that Brandywine tomato. It was starting to go bad. It's not going to make it. Didn't want the plant putting any more energy in it. So it was best to remove it from the branch. The good news is we're getting more Brandywine tomatoes on these plants. See if I can locate them for you guys. We got one back there. And on the same plant, we got another one back there. We also have a beautiful forming one right there. So I'm really excited about that. So we got some Brandywine tomatoes coming in. And now, guys, I want to show you these black cherry tomatoes. But look at the size of these cherry tomatoes. Let me get in here real quick. These things are monsters. I don't know if it's going to allow me to zero in on them very well because the reflection. Even the ones up here are huge. I think for scalability's sake, I'll put my hand next to it. There's my thumb. That's a big tomato. And this one is not even as big as the ones down here. Look at the size of those things. Huge. It's hard to tell because of the lighting, but we have got a Bahamian goat pepper. I had to treat it for aphids the other day, but it seems to be doing just fine, as well as a Carolina Reaper back there. But it looks pretty good. And I didn't show this in my last week's update, but I planted a row of Queen Ruby red beets. They came up last week, barely, so they're starting to come a little more stronger this week. We've also got my row of carrots back here, as you can see. They're doing good. Still a little bit out from harvesting any of these, of course, but I wanted to show you those. And then around to this side, we've got my Italian large leaf basil. This stuff tastes so good. Heck, sometimes I'll even pick it and eat it like that because it's so dang good. All right, in front of the Brandywine tomatoes, we have a caramel boot here and a caramel boot here. You can see they've grown a lot since the last time. We've also got a Jamaican Scotch bonnet down here, starting to fill out. A few Banda Majocs back there and there. And again, they're starting to fill out as well. So it looks like the peppers are fully recovered. They're enjoying the rain and the heat. I'm super, super happy about that. Okay, everyone, that's the tour on this side of the yard. Now let's go take a look on the other side of the yard. Let's go take a look. All right, not much happening, so I'm not gonna dig in on these too much. A little bit of tomato action here on my big beef tomato. This side of the yard, guys, is my first real year gardening. Last year I set some soil back here, but I didn't plant, didn't amend, didn't do anything. And I think everything on this side of the yard is not anywhere near as good as the other side of the yard, which is now in its second full season. And I've amended it, worked the soil, put a lot of organics in. So we're gonna get what we can from this side. My blackberry bush is not doing very good. If you have any comments or suggestions, or you've grown blackberries before, please help me out. Propagated black cherry, Brandywine that was also propagated, as well as this Roma tomato. And we've got ourselves a little Roma tomato. Here's those 3 Cajun bells. Not much action. We do have, finally, we have our first Cajun bell. We got a couple of big boy tomatoes, and they ain't so big right now. So luckily they're indeterminate, so they'll catch up eventually. Here's my Thompson seedless grapevine. Still working on training this guy. Hoping for grapes next season. Another Thompson seedless grapevine. Working on training him as well. He looks good to me. Probably a year out from getting grapes. Sad Corn Alley. I've added some fish fertilizer. I've kept it watered. I don't know what's going on, but you know, they go through phases of looking like they're starting to rebound, and then they go through phases of looking like, how are they even alive? Got a few random sunflowers back here. No white habaneros yet. Looks like my sugar snap peas are starting to consider using the chicken wire.
Not much else happening over here. We got some early prolific summer squash.
You know, it puts out the female flowers. The rain just keeps them from getting properly pollinated, so I'm getting a lot of the blanks, and I had to deal with a lot of the blanks lately. Watermelon plants doing pretty good. Those were put in last week. Some more sugar snap peas, Brussels sprouts, a couple more Cocoselle zucchini, struggling, but we'll see what happens. Man, I'll tell you, those white moths, they love laying the eggs on these Brussels sprouts.
Strawberry patch is coming in. I'm very happy about the strawberry patch. These need to get acclimated in my yard, put on some more foliage, get some blossoms put out. Excited about those. Again, more sugar snap peas. Yes, we're going crazy on sugar snap peas out here. And then we have a couple of eggplants. Not much going on that one, but I did notice this morning it looks like we are getting an eggplant flower on this one, so I'm stoked about that. Brussels sprout hanging in there. My red sweet potato also hanging in there. Unlock this guy. Let's take a look in here. We do have, on the regular cherry tomatoes, we do have a few to harvest. It's 89 degrees outside. Looks like it's 102 degrees, which means it's hot. Still no action as far as turning on the indigo rose tomatoes, although, guys, these are beautiful tomatoes. I really wish this indeterminate tomato plant would actually get some size to it. I think it's so focused on maturing these tomatoes that it has on it, which it's loaded for this little 18-inch plant. Can't wait to get some of these off so the tomato plant can actually start growing again so I get a better harvest. Same thing on this side. Waiting for it to put on some size, mature so that I can harvest. Not much. The rest of the stuff in here, guys, just continuing to recover. And then on this side, we have the early jalapenos, and I'm happy to report that after working the crap out of the aphids, it looks like we're starting to get flowers again, which is a really good thing because I thought these were goners. Still might not produce very well, but they're recovering. I'm dying of heat. I'm dying of thirst. So I'm going to wrap this episode up of the backyard garden tour. And thanks for joining me as usual. It is very hot today, which honestly is beautiful. I mean, 89 degrees, clear skies. After it raining, the plants will definitely take off today and tomorrow. If you're not a subscriber and you like what you see, please subscribe. Guys, this is only my second year gardening and I absolutely love it. So if you have any comments, suggestions, please put them below. And I look forward to updating you as well on my other two series that I have going on right now, which is the apple tree series, which I just updated a couple days ago, but I have a second apple tree series, which I'll update probably in the next week. And then my corn series, which if I have a chance today, I'll do it, but if not, it'll be tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy Memorial Day. Talk to you later.